Hello everybody, I hope you're all very well. I'm Betty and this is my daughter Begonia Coconut. And I make a Feel Good Friday vlog that I post every Friday obviously. And I talk about cats, plants, snacks and knickknacks. Thank you all so much for your fantastic birthday wishes from last week. Honestly, I'm so grateful. It was so exciting and it's all very different atmosphere today. It's very calm, relaxed, quiet. Don't worry, the trumpet is tucked away upstairs. Oh, we know trumpeting or trumping today. I will be taking requests though before I can get a tune out of it. So if you'd like a request, just leave a comment. This week's collection of vintage treasures that I've found in the flea market and charity shops actually. I did a bit of a big charity shop haul and struck gold. It's all very eclectic. There's no theme. I went truffling in the flea market yesterday and found some little treasures, and I've just got everything that I've found over the last couple of weeks piled next to me, and I'll show you that in absolutely no order whatsoever. It's going to be extremely random. It's still just sat here in a little pyramid pile, and I'll just show you it from the top to the bottom. But I've also made some discoveries about pieces that I've had in my collection for a long time, and I absolutely adore them. I love them. I just get so much comfort knowing that they're all tucked away in a freezer bag, safe and sound, in a box upstairs. And a couple of them are out of the freezer bag, and I've got a little story to tell you about those. So that's exciting. And yeah, it's antique, vintage. Found a lot of things yesterday in the flea market that were new with tags or a new stock that looks like a shop has got rid of stuff. So I scooped it up and it's gorgeous. So yeah, let's just get started. Come on, love. Coming up. What's up? What do you want, love? Do you want a snack? Okay, I think that means snack. Hang on a sec, back in a minute. Okay, I'm back and she's fed, and the sun came out for a nanosecond. So I opened the French doors to take her cushion out for her to sit on her little pedestal, and it literally just unzipped a cloud and down came the rain within that second. So we're back inside now, and she came in with a no. Begonia, are you coming? Now she'll be staring out of the French windows like a bohemian French artist. So let's get started. Crikey, the rain is coming down now. We're all gonna get washed away. Right, okay, so I'm just gonna start with the first thing that's next to me. This. Got it in a charity shop. It was on my last stop. And isn't that fabulous? I'm just, like everyone, drawn to these but know nothing about them. So I googled it in the shop to find out where it was from, which country, and what it was, and it is Cambodian. Here she is. Does that bit of paper make up for the rain? Do you want the bit of paper? No. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. Yeah. You coming up? She's so mad. Okay, so that's it. And it's a vintage mask carving, Cambodia. Hang on, let's look this up properly. Oh, darling. Hello. Hello. I'm sorry. I can't change the weather. I tried. I tried all the way through the 90s. No one cared. And now I wish I didn't. I certainly wish I hadn't. Oh, you're so beautiful. Shall we just have a little bit of begonia's beauty? Yeah. Right, from an extremely basic Google search, uh, what I found out is that this is obviously a copy of one of the many faces carved in the Angkor Thom temple. Angkor Thom apparently is a huge city in Cambodia, a fortress city like Angkor Wat, but a different city. And Angkor Thom translates as big city. And apparently inside were a huge amount of ancient carvings of Buddha. And this is obviously a vintage replica of one of the many faces. And I love it. And I bought it to go in the jungle room, which is the room next door, where I have lots of beautiful wooden carvings of multiple cultures, and most of which I know nothing about, but I just respectfully admire. And I think that's what I'll do. I think it'll go on the wall. So yeah, I got that on the way home. Thrilled about that. I got another box at the flea market. This one I think is very old vintage, maybe bordering on antique. Could be just, but it's probably, I don't know, 1930s maybe, 1920s, 1930s. Could be a bit later, but another box in a terrible state that I intend to repay or restore, and obviously I never will. It just goes in the drawer with the rest. But I can't resist them. If I see them, I can't leave them. I absolutely love boxes. And do you remember the other one I found? It's actually from the same. Oh no, it was from a different trader. Oh God, this trader. Oh. I don't know whether to tell you or not. But look, it's sort of. Remember this one? You've seen this one. I've showed it in a different. This one's amazing. This one is an antique Finnegan's of Liverpool, Manchester and Bond Street. And it's the cantilever crocodile skin travel jewellery box. And they basically, for want of a better term, invented this whole system and transformed the travel market for the nouveau riche that were sad about travelling the world. Yeah, I'll just tell you this story. There's a guy at the flea market who, let's put this bag down so it doesn't rustle, who's possibly one of the rudest people I've ever met. And Lord knows I have met some rude people in my life. Oh, so many. I've met a lot of people. And I've met a lot of rude people. And they're just something, he's just full of sort of indignant rage that he tries to keep under wraps, but he can't because it's overwhelming him. And in the past, a lot of my life, because I grew up with a lot of men like that, and women to be honest, but mostly men, you know, as a woman, you sort of, you become quiet and you try to please them and pacify them and just keep them quiet so, you know, so they don't kick off. Well, I went through a phase of sending that up the pipe, and I thought, nah, I'm not going to pacify them anymore. The time's up for that. And it was extremely liberating. Obviously, I'm sure you all know. And like most of us went through that phase relatively recently when we just thought, oh, it's enough of this shite. Anyway, normally, if I meet a trader that like that, or in any, you know, in any walk of life or business, if they were that rude, and even though I know it's not personal because he's just like that, he's just incandescent with indignation, I would just never go back to that stall. But there's something about it that just makes me want to go back more. Just to sort of piss him off with my existence. I don't know what it is. Oh, there's probably some deep psychological twisted meaning, but I just get a kick out of it. I think it's hilarious. And he just tries his absolute damnedest to be just acceptably polite enough not to lose a sale, which really is not enough by a long stretch. But yeah, I got that from him, and that was a few weeks ago, obviously, and also a few other pieces of jewellery. And I think what it is it's a long-held sort of built-up experience of men like that inside me, where just getting the slightest little bit of, you know, equality out of the situation is like enough. And just finding treasure on his stall that I think's amazing, and often it's extremely valuable. And to anyone else, I would say, look, mate, I'm not going to give you £1 for this because it's worth 50. But with him, I just give him £1, and it's like he's paid me 50 quid to take it. Do you know what I mean? It's like really sick, sick sort of comic justice. But you know what I mean. Anyway, I get something every week, and every week he's just like the most obnoxious, uptight ball of masculine rage. Oh, racist as well. So yeah, so that's misogyny and racism, all just kind of wrapped up in this. You know what? He's not cut out for market trading. He's just not up to it. You have to be like a proper hardcore human being to be a market trader. I know, because I was one for a long time, and I tell you, when you finish, you are a hardcore human being. Yeah, so today I got to yesterday, sorry, I went to the flea market, and I just there was a strange atmosphere. There was a lot of traders, regular traders, not there. I think one was having a bit of surgery on her eye, and there was a crowd around Alan that I normally get some really weird stuff off. This is the guy who empties his shed, and there was a huge crowd around his stall, so I just couldn't I couldn't even say hello from a distance. So I went off my normal beaten track, and I went round the other way, and I went to Rude Boy. Rude Boy. He won't appreciate that me calling him a rude boy. First, and I went down his stall, and he's normally got like £1 sign above stuff. And I got to the end, and there was this tin, and hang on, I'm going to have to pop it open. I might have to put the camera down. Hang on. Oh, sorry, I might cut that out. Yeah, so at the end of his stall was this tin full of buttons, and I thought, oh, I love a bit of a button, and I started digging, and I thought, God, this woman was my kind of human. She was amazing. Whoever she was, collecting these buttons, they're all vintage and probably from the 50s and the 60s. Oh, I beg your pardon. Oops. There's Nefertiti. There's two of them. There's some lovely 80s, I think, textured ones. Lots of sort of baby buttons on cards. A lot of them are on the original packets. Look, Woolworths, 8p. And those are the classic buttons for putting on babies' knitted cardigans, aren't they? There's one, Jason. Beautiful, soft baby pink. These are just lovely things, aren't they? Look how they're on the cards. And I started digging, and obviously there's a lot that I probably wouldn't use, but then again, there's things like these, which are fantastic. Mid-century big shank buttons. More sort of medieval castle style. More sort of Romanesque. They're aluminium or plastic aluminium, you know, an alloy with a lot of plastic in it. And she's collected all of these, look. And then these, which I thought might have been pearl. And I'm still not convinced they're not, but I'll have to check. These ones. 50s? There's a few like this. Someone tell me what this is for, please. Is this for measuring buttonholes or something? Is it for putting things on buttons? That, you know what I mean. Can't explain that properly. But this moves up and down. So it's some sort of haberdashery measuring. That might be a buttonhole thing for a sewing machine or by hand, maybe. I don't know. And then you snap that closed and it's tight. What's that? It says Aero on it. So that's that. So I said to him, "Oh, how are you selling this? Are you selling sort of like the buttons inside, or are you selling the whole thing?" And he went, "Oh God!" He went, "They're buttons." Like I'd never seen a button before. He said, "Well, you know, what do you think I'm doing?" And I said, "Well, how much is it?" He said, "It's £5 for the whole thing." I said, "All right, that's fine. Thanks very much. I'll take that. Do you mind just saving it for me, and I'll just have another look down the stall." And he picked it up and he slammed it down at the back of the desk. And I thought, oh, I hope I find something even more annoying when I do my second scan. But I didn't. I couldn't find anything. So I just gave him the money, and he kind of twisted a smile out of it, and then just took the £5 and just turned away. So I had to stretch across all his tat, all his shit, to get my box of buttons. And off I went, happy as a lamb. It's springtime. Oh God, what fun. So anyway, when I got home, I thought, oh great, I'll go through my bitter box of buttons. And oh, I was so happy. I found, I knew I was. There's always something really exciting inside. These are big, probably an inch, maybe a bit more than an inch, thick vintage shell, either mother of pearl or abalone shell, possibly antique, you know, might be from the 1900s, because they've got brass shank inlay inside. Can you see? And look at them. Oh, there's 40 quid just there in the palm of my hand. But I love them. If you put those on something that's, you know, being held back by cheap buttons, and you replace it like a velvet jacket, ooh, with those, and then you, every time you take it on or take it off, you put your mitts, you put your paws on them, you'll feel like $1 million. Oh, you feel like the queen. Fabulous. So yeah, and there's loads more. There's really lots of lovely colours. Oops, sorry, that's probably too loud for you. So cute little one. And this is not my thing, but this is also a vintage sweet tin by Clarnico Limited, London, and it's in extraordinarily good condition. Probably worth about 15 quid more, 20 quid, because of the condition. Oh God, oh dear. Justice, it's karmic justice. So I'm thrilled with that. Look at these beautiful colours. There's my magic combination, this sort of yellow marzipan egg yolk colour with a sort of a dusky pink, and there's like an iridescent Maltese cross in the centre. Those are on the card, brand new from Woolworths, obviously vintage. And yeah, gorgeous. And these, I don't know if you can tell, but they're like a sort of a peach colour. And there's about 8 of those. There's a set of those. And look how she's joined them up together. What an absolute legend. Look at those, that beautiful colour with the purple there. Yeah. Seriously, I've just got 5 quid's worth of joy from shuffling through that last night. Amazing. Great. What a woman. Can you look at that? Like, look. Woolworths, 14p. So happy with my buttons. I just realised how much stuff I've got from him, actually. Almost everything coming up is from him. Another vintage box. This is a Lotus pearl necklace box. Cultured Pearls by Lotus. Very clean inside, a little bit of wear on the outside. But these boxes can be quite valuable. I don't know about this colour. I haven't seen one in this colour, but the reason I bought it is because of the colour, to be honest. It's a very soft sort of lavender mauve, and it's got the gold plastic emblem on the top. I think that they're going for about 25-30 quid. Just empty, no necklace in it. So I love that. What else did I get? Oh yeah, also from him last week, I think, I got this. Let me read it out for you. It is a Tony Raymond pottery, West Country, England. So West Country is sort of Bristol area. It's around there. And this is obviously for Begonia coconut, because whenever I see a little bowl like this, which is cat food size, I buy it because I smash them regularly. Not on purpose. I just drop them, break them in the sink. Oh, terrible. And this has got your cucumbers in the bottom. I thought that was absolutely gorgeous. So I don't know anything about Tony Raymond pottery, West Country. No, but it's very sort of farmhousey, modern farmhouse, isn't it? Love that. There we go. There's another one on Etsy, which is cucumber shape, and it's circa 1960s, 1970s. Kitsch retro, and there you go. There's half a cucumber, which is very cute, and that's going for £17 on Etsy. This is for our kid, so it's not for sale. I'm not kidding when I say I'm a little bit obsessed with boxes. I love them. I can't help myself. I just think they are, it's like a portal to exciting treasure. So I just picked up loads of empty jewellery boxes that he had in a crate underneath his stall as well. Same guy. I don't know his name. I don't want to know his name. So I got this one. I like to pick up the blank ones if possible, ones that don't have a logo inside. And I plan to put my treasures, my collection, in them to take care of them and sort of protect them from being knocked around in the treasure chests upstairs. Can't speak. But what, obviously, as you will probably guess, what happens is I just collect the boxes, put them in a chest, and just never put the jewellery in. So that's a nice one. That's a blank one. That actually could be quite nice to put some earrings in. It's probably for cufflinks originally. But I do like the velour texture. This one, blank as well. So absolutely anything can go in there. Fabulous. And this one was interesting. It's not really velour. It's sort of like a synthetic crimpolene with some pilling on it. And ironically, the National Health Service. This box is, I'm not going to say it. I'm not getting political. But this is, you know when things become obsolete, they become more collectible. Bye-bye, National Health Service. Anyway, this is a feel-good vlog. Next. Oh, I didn't even think twice when I saw these. I just snatched them like a maniac. It's a photograph album from 1953 to 1958. And look what they've done. Look at this person that spent their life going on holiday and then making this beautiful album. And look, it's just full of snaps of these ladies. It's all her. Look at her fabulous shoes. Who's that? This looks like something out of a horror film. Lovely coat. And yeah, there'll be a story to be told. So they go to Wales, Scotland, all over England. This is Scotland, and they also include postcards. So there was a style, I've seen a few on online, where people used to compile their photograph album with postcards that they've bought on their trip with their photographs. And I just think it's so charming. Look at the Forth Bridge. Crikey. That's amazing. That's one of their photographs. And oh, look. I thought that said Rod Stewart for a minute there. Edinburgh trip. So yes, so it goes like this. Wow, look at that one. There they are, like in 1958. I think, although it's quite hard to tell, that these two ladies were friends, and I think one album is from one lady and the other album is from the other lady, but I'm not sure. But look at their beautiful dresses. Right on the back page was something that absolutely thrilled me. It's actually a company that organises group holidays for people, maybe single people or people that have a particular interest in culture, architecture, nature, and they're called the Holiday Fellowship. And this one was in Bournemouth, and they're still going, and I think it is just delightful. It's like 18 to 30, but without without all the carnage. It's for people in cardigans and buttoned up jackets. Honestly, I think it's a fantastic. I googled the company and it's still going. There we go. Honestly, the photographs are amazing and everyone looks so happy. I just want to be there. I want to be in the photograph. Amazing. So that one was from 1959. Where did they go? Oh, they went overseas. Oh, Austria, I think. This one was a trip to Austria. They're doing a grand tour of Europe, I think. Oh, there she is on the ship. Isn't that gorgeous? So all the holidays from 1953 to 1958, and this one was 1959. I know I'm cat mad. I'm 99% cat, 1% human, but sometimes I just fall for a little pottery dog. This one is a delightful, quite mournful looking bloodhound by Bahati Potteries in the Isle of Man. Isle of Man is just off the west coast of England, so off by Liverpool area, so northwest. And I couldn't leave him. Got that in a charity shop, and it reminded me of something that I've had for years. And I'm still not sure what it's made of, but I think it's some sort of bronze mixed with possibly a beloved pet's ashes. I think it might have been sort of memorial. A little Staffordshire Bull Terrier, and he's very cute. There he is, super cute. Finally in focus, and on here I thought said John Campbell, and it says either 1887 or 1987. But I don't know. Flea market, I also got some modern, you can buy these now on Amazon, George Jensen candles. But I dropped them and they're all smashed. If you know, you know. Cheers, Alan. Spirit level. And right, I've got two pieces of jewellery to show you that I picked up yesterday in the flea market. And then I've got some fantastic fashion to show you, which I'm really thrilled about. Also, I mean, it's not very exciting to you, but I found a ring sizer in a charity shop. I mean, it was $4.50, which is what they go for on eBay. So, I mean, it wasn't, like a bargain or anything like that. But I finally got one. Because I get really sort of disinterested in buying practical things, online. I'm all about the knickknacks. I'm not about practicalities. So thrilled about that. I can size my rings now. So the jewellery I got, no snake is to be left behind. I mean, it's just off Amazon. I paid £1 for it. It's just, like a cheap Amazon one that probably cost £6 new. It's got one stone missing. Easy fix. What I might do is replace the eyes because they're a bit chipped. But look at his face. He's got a super face. I loved him. Obviously it's a ring. Fabulous. And my trumpet stand is perfect for this because it doesn't hold the trumpet, but it holds rings perfectly. Excellent display. Last bit of jewellery I got was from a guy who I'd never seen before. I've never bought anything from him. And I just saw it in the bottom of a trunk. And I picked it up. I waited for him to sell a radio to another lady. And I said, oh, how much is this, please? And he said, oh, that's solid gold, love. You can have that for £2. I said, oh, great. Do you know what? Have 3. I'll give you the gold price. I just gave him 2. It was only a joke. But this is really fabulous. I actually think it's solid brass. It's quite weighty. I'm not convinced it actually started out as a necklace because it's so chunky, it's so solid. But it might have been. It'd be great for putting a really massive statement pendant on the bottom, or for a geezer who wants something to remind him of his motorbike. It's like a bike chain, isn't it? I mean, it's not. Oh, it is jewellery. I don't think it's been converted. But oh, I just thought that was wicked. So I'll put that on Babs. So I told you it was a bit eclectic, random. I also forgot I got this eye. It was 50p. I think they're probably about £3 new. And I thought it'd look cool on the back of a jacket. Upcycle something. Probably go in the box with the boxes. Hold the show for 1 second. Just before I go into the fashion show, my mate Spike has just sent me something on Instagram. Some absolute genius has invented Battenberg sweets. Shop now. Look at the reviews. Cool. I'm in. I found a couple of things this week that reminded me of things that I'd had in my collection for years, things that I absolutely adore and will not part with. And this one I got yesterday, and it's a Lily Pulitzer. Now, as I have found out, I mean, I bought it, I stopped off to get eggs, and I saw a charity shop, and I just thought, oh, I'll have a bit of a look, just in case. And there's something about it that just reminded me instantly of something I had. And I mean, I'm looking at the other thing now, and it doesn't really look like it at all, but it just had that vibe in my memory. It was the same. Yeah, and this is a Lily Pulitzer dress, and sorry, I'm not familiar with that brand at all, but I realised when I was researching it that their dresses go for hundreds of pounds new. I mean, it's high end. And I think this one, which is classed as a tropical print, and it's an off the shoulder, it's a jersey stretch. And oh, it's just a gorgeous sort of abstract, modern tropical print. I think second hand they go for about £25–30. So that was a nice little surprise. I thought I'd just kind of wear it or show it in the video and compare it to the one that I've got in my collection, and then just kind of roll around in it. But I think it's too good for rolling around in. So that's the Lily Pulitzer. And yes, it did remind me of this for some reason. I think this is an early 80s Miss Selfridge's little sort of pre-Pepsi and Shirley from Wham dress. The material is too thick and the buttons are too high quality for it to be like a modern repo. I know that they do sort of reproduce them, but they'd never make it in this kind of quality. And yeah, I think this is a little rah-rah era skater dress. I just absolutely love it. When I was the right age to wear it in that era, I would not have been seen dead in it. Absolutely no way. Far too girly for me. Now, oh, I'd wear it to the shops. Oh, it's fabulous. I mean, I just absolutely love it. I'll give you a close look. So, can you see the buttons of like a... I don't know if it's covered or if it's like some sort of solid, strange, maybe they are just covered. And it's got a lovely structured bodice and a ruched back. Fabulous. in a little rah-rah skirt. Poof, love it. Very steep jump from Wake Me Up Before You Go little rah-rah dress to, ooh, send me off into the land of cosmic dreams. This is brand new, I think, probably from Amazon, but it was brand new in the flea market and it's never been worn. It hasn't got the tags. It probably came in a bag. But I absolutely love it. It's so cosmic, moon and stars. But it's got no labels whatsoever. You know, it's just one of those mass-produced things. But I got it in a sort of environmentally eco-friendly way, so I'm happy with that, and I love it. I've put it on. I look pretty fabulous in it. And you know, I've got to be careful about looking like a retired cookie art teacher, but I think I get away with it. It's close. I wonder if it'll go with my eye. Eye. Yeah. Tassels too. This one I found in the back of Beyond weeks ago. I completely forgot I had it. Just found it in a pile of clothes that had been laundered. And yeah, it's an original. It's got the original label and it's, I would say, probably very late 60s, early 70s. It's that sort of Woodstock style little cheesecloth fabric top with a print. That's not embroidery. I'll show you close up. You see, it's like a crepey cheesecloth with a print on it, and I think it's gone in someone's closet and it stayed there from 1972 until they went off to the big Woodstock in the sky, because it looks like it was made yesterday, but it's definitely not. Young style. Next, I found a 1970s maxi skirt, and I don't know what it is about the 1970s, but I often find things that are so incredibly long, and I don't remember people being that tall and thin in the 70s. This is like the length of me. This is the length of me. And I thought, oh God, I absolutely love it. And I might turn it inside out because obviously it's gold on the inside. I'll show you in a minute. And I might make a cape or a cloak or a poncho out of it. And I washed it. I washed everything yesterday when I got in. And so I had to wait for it to dry. It took ages because it's very thick, sort of lame. And I put it on over my head this morning and it's almost to the ground again. But it looked terrible. So the idea of converting it into a cape, cloak, poncho is out the window. But it's fantastic. It is very old. It needs some attention on the back. Bear with, don't get dizzy. But ooh, isn't that lovely? Lovely colours. But wait, I'll show you inside. It's gold. Gold. Gold lame. You getting it? Oh yeah, that's better. So yeah, it's a 1970s lame maxi of the longest proportions. The mannequin's a size 10 to 12, so the waist is a size 10 to 12, but she would have to be about 6'2", maybe 6'2". So yeah, so got that. Thrilling school. I got 2 brand new backpacks in the flea market, and this one I think is probably from an Etsy shop. It's got pockets everywhere. It's brand new. It's handmade, and I filled it in the flea market. So that was like the most organic, joyous result. Love that. Absolutely thrilled with that. It's very thick. It's very padded. Oh, I just love it. I think it's fantastic. Pockets everywhere. Pockets inside. Little squishy. So you'd wear it on the front, obviously, if you were security conscious. So yeah, it's so well made. Look, it's immaculate. Thrilled. Yup. That's one. And the second one, seriously, I mean, I didn't really understand what was going on when I first saw it, but I didn't hesitate. I just shoved it under my arm to make sure no one else could grab it. But I think it's new stock using reclaimed either antique or vintage textiles. And I've asked my friends if they can identify this because it looks like one of those rugs that you recognize instantly and you know where it's from, which country, what it's called. Oh, but I just can't place it, and neither can anyone else. It looks like one of those beautiful sort of either Turkish rugs because this is the fabric, and I don't know if you can see because the camera's so rubbish. My camera's so rubbish. But this is a section of a rug which looks brand new. I don't know if it's been reclaimed from one that was damaged or if it was used new. I don't know. But it's a carpet bag backpack, and Begonia claimed it the second I put it down. I put it down on the floor next door in the jungle room, and she literally just walked over to it like she had owned it all her life, and there she stayed on it in a perfect loaf shape all night. She even slept on it. So we'll see, she's keeping it. And inside it looks handmade, which is why I think a sort of ethnic shop has, hang on, sorry, one hand, has gotten rid of a lot of their old stock. Just a second. Sorry, I couldn't do it with one hand because some of the stitching has come undone, which has meant the loop that you can hang it up by has come separate, but I can just fix that myself, no problem. If not, take it to Timpson's, they can do it. So yeah, it's unused, it's clean inside. And I'll show you on the other side. It's a sort of repurposed vintage or antique rug too. And repurposed straps with some old suede. I just love it. I absolutely love it. Weighs a ton. Such good quality. It's covered in begonia hair. So isn't that amazing? Oh, look. Off I go on my imaginary holidays to somewhere exotic and exciting. Do you know what would fit in here? A trumpet. Adios, amigos. I don't know how to photograph this to do it justice, so I'm lying on the floor like some sort of disciple to the purple velvet coat. I don't know how to help show you the magnificence of this joy. However, I'll just tell you, lying here on the floor, sorry, this is a terrible angle. I found this on the very last stop, on the very last moment of my birthday, and I went into the charity shop, which is always extremely expensive, and I just thought, just go through everything just for the fun of it, thinking, oh, I won't find anything, but I'll just enjoy the moment. Right in the corner, it's always in the farthest, darkest, flungest corner. It was just hanging there. It's like what I thought was like a polyester velour long vintage 90s coat. And it was so cheap. I can't even. I feel like maybe it was a mistake, but it wasn't. So anyway, I bought it. And I said to the lady at the till, thank you so much for this amazing birthday present. And she thought that I meant I was just going to take it for free because it was my birthday. So I had to explain, ruin the moment a little bit. So I paid for it £4. Four. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, my heart beats. I paid £4 for it, and I just couldn't believe it. I brought it home, threw it in the washing machine, thinking it was like a polyester velour, and it came out, and it was shrunk, and the lining was hanging down. I thought, oh shit, what have I done? I've gone and ruined it. I ruined my birthday £4 coat. So I had a look on the label and it's bloody silk. It's a silk viscose mix. Oh, hell's bells. So I spent about 2 days drying it really, really slowly and just easing out the fabric again, stretching it down. And just as it arrived at its optimum dryness, it went back to full size. So no damage done, but I'll not be doing that again. It's a silk velvet long maxi coat, probably late 80s, 90s, early 90s. From where? I don't know. The label just says classic. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the colour. I can't do it justice with this shitty little camera phone I've got. I might have to take you outside, but just imagine. Just imagine. And can you see the buttons? Wait. Look, it's got like a narrow double-breasted front fastening. It's got a little thing at the back. It's extra, extra large. So I'm going to have to do something to make it suitable for a wee person, which is what I am. But it's got this, and I thought maybe I could do that to give it a bit of a nipped-in bit, but that won't work. So I'm just going to spend most of my life dreaming about how to take this in a little bit. But oh my God, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And what it reminded me of was a silk gown that I've had for years. Don't know where I bought it, don't know when I bought it. I just know that I've had it for a long time, and it gives me comfort knowing that it's there, folded in perfect condition in a freezer bag, locked away very safely in a case upstairs in a back cupboard. But I've got it out for you, so let me show you that. Look at this coat. Look at this coat. Aya, aya. What time is it? It's purple velvet, crushed velvet silk coat time. Don't worry, I'm not going to. Finally, and equally as difficult to film to do it justice with this crappy camera phone, is this amazing Tutabankum silk gown. And I've had it so long, and honestly, it's been a permanent mystery to me. I thought, is it vintage? Is it modern? Is it just, regular thing, or is it really special? What's the fabric? It says silk, but it doesn't really feel like silk. It's got like a jacquard, or is it jacquard? Jacquard, I think is appropriate. Jacquard, bamboo leaf print woven into the fabric. Very, very long, and it's a size 10, but it won't go on the 10 mannequin. It's more like a 6. And let me show the label. Is it going to freak out? Tutabankum, made in England, size 10, 100% pure silk. Can be washed, and I have washed it. But it's just amazing. And it's that, it's freaking out. And it's that 1970s 6'4" woman length again. Incredible. So, inspired by the coat, I dug out the Tutabankum dress, and I thought, be brave, call the company. And usually when I call companies, even when I used to work in television and I'd call the press office, you get a very frosty response, because often people who work in the press offices for companies don't really like to be asked questions. You know what I mean? However, I just looked them up on Google, saw that they had coats similar to the one, it's not Tutabankum purple coat, but one similar. And I also saw that velvet purple silk coats on the internet were around about £1,000. Mine's not for sale. So anyway, back to the dress. I looked them up on the internet. The company looked gorgeous. Their products are beautiful. Couldn't find anything about this dress. Over the years, I've Googled every now and again, because more and more information becomes available online. I thought I'll call them. I'll be brave. I'll hold my nerve. I'll stiffen my lip, and I'll just call them. person answered the phone was absolutely delightful. It was just like a breath of fresh air speaking to someone who wasn't hostile and frosty, because it's just become the norm, really. It's such a shame. Everyone's just so, uh, just so, Anyway, he was so helpful and kind, lovely tone of voice. And he said, please email a lady called Julia, who has been with the company since the beginning, because the company started in around, I think it's 1974. I might have that wrong. Forgive me. And so I said, oh, God, great. Thank you. Thank you for just saying that and being kind and nice. I'll do that right now. Did it straight away. I got an instant reply, incredible, from the lovely Julia. She said, yes, it is. I remember it. Well, it was lovely to see a blast from the past. It was called the tie top, and it was a night dress. They also made it in a sort of an ivory white colour, and people used to buy them as wedding dresses. And yeah, it's made of, wait, I have to go back to my notes. Habatai silk, which I'd never heard of, but it explains a lot, because sometimes when I feel silk, it feels like polyester. This does not feel like polyester, but it doesn't feel like liquid the way other silks can. And it's used because it has such a fantastic draping and anti-crease policy, or, you know, sort of quality. And it's often used as lining. It's absolutely divine. I love this dress. The style is so late 70s. I just look at it and I think of sort of Kate Bush and Bianca Jagger. You know, that sort of disco businesswoman, if that makes sense. But there we go. I'll give you a close-up of the bamboo print, if it's going to work. Oh, is it going to work? There we go. Just a little bit. Sorry, the camera's terrible. I bought a really fancy high quality phone, but it's not compatible with the rest of my life, so there you go. The dress, however, even though it's teeny tiny, is compatible. Very compatible with the rest of my life. And there we go, it ties like that. Fabulous, fabulous, thrilled. So you'll just have to trust me that that looks absolutely outstanding. Oh, silk to the maxi. Fabulous. Oh, you know that women get to the point where they're found wandering down the streets in their 90s. Well, this is how I would like to be found, walking down the road in the middle of the night in my 90 when I lose the last marble that I'm hanging on to. I want to be in that outfit when they cut me off. So, what a lovely, peaceful week. There we go. I loved my birthday week. It was chaos. It was very loud. It was very trumpety. But this week has been very different. It's been calm, quiet, and peaceful. And I hope you've enjoyed my little troll through the flea market and my treasures and some of my collection. I hope you have a lovely, peaceful week too. Try and survive the best you can. And I'll see you all here, same time, same place, next Friday. Take care. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Please, oh, really importantly, if you can educate me and tell me anything that you know that I've shown and I don't know, which is everything, please share your wisdom with me in the comments. Let me know if you know what anything is. That'd be great. Or if you've had any experiences of long silk gowns in the middle of the night, walking down the road or through tunnels. Oh God, great. I love it. So yeah, thanks again. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.